Well, apologies for that, guys. You know what happened? The PC restarted, which is a long time since it has done. But it done it there. It just cut straight off. So we should be back. That was just a straight reboot there again. We need to go to the calendar. And look at that. We get a bit of a catch up here. We're actually into round 2 for all of these matches now. We've got one Pocket Slim playing Spectre Dawn. LS3's 5-2 up against Chase 1 around. Bankster 5-1 up against John Boot. And Larry's 6-0 up against Snotty, and Snotty's getting 6 and out. It is my system, yeah. The PC just did a reboot. See, it hasn't done it for a while, but it done it there. Well, welcome back to Miasma. I'm just going to tab out for a second, guys, just a minute. Right, we should be back. Good to go. Spectre Dawn should be tied up here at 1 apiece. No handicap in this match, of course. Well, all good for the time being. Maybe the Phantom reboots come back to haunt us. I'll tell you something. I did a malware bite scan yesterday. Found 4 things in malware bites. Get rid of them. Again, I'm just clutching at straws here. I don't know what the hell's wrong with the PC that it does this. I haven't a clue, and I can't afford to resolve the situation. Right, so 1 apiece. Well, 3 balls tucked away, and the 4 ball has gone in the break. Now that's the 1 ball that's right in front of the 3. I think Steve would say straight away this is no good as a push out, because Spectre Dawn's just asking for a whole heap of trouble here. As long as Slim doesn't scratch off the 2 ball, and that was inevitable. That was going to happen. That was just such a poor push out. I think the best thing that happened there was the fact that he never moved the 9 and the 1. You got the 5 and the 6 ball stuck together, but I think the 5, yeah, you can get to the 5 no problem. I think Slim's going to be hard pushed to get a 3 foul rule out of this. Because he's left a tiny edge of that 1 ball, and it's an easy kick up and down as long as you don't catch that knuckle, because I think you need a wee bit of spin to make the line to get to that. My rating is over 2,500, so we'll be handicapped against the players who manipulate their ratings, naming no names. So you're talking about Larry, aren't you? Talking about Larry, Larry's come up with a 7-0 win against Snotty. Oh dear. So, the break is dry. The 6 and 9 are tied up. The 5 ball is a good ball to get the breakout on the 6 and 9. But Spectre Dawn hasn't executed the 1 ball. Oh no, I think that has just leaked out. By the way, semi-pro, you know the one thing I don't like in that Valheim is the actual trying to construct something. You can't get yourself high enough and far enough away to, link things together like you can in No Man's Sky. You can zoom out a lot further in No Man's Sky so that you can actually do building. Makes building a lot easier. You can't do that in that Valheim. You're stuck to the ground unless you start building steps and platforms all around things. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Aye, I know. Aye, I don't want to be having to build scaffolding all around the thing to actually build something. It just takes up that much time and resources, and then by the time you've built them, you got to go and build another bloody hammer because your hammer wears out. I can't be asked for that. So that's that binned. I gave a good 2 hours of that yesterday afternoon, and the next thing I know, I can't build anything because my hammer's wrecked. So to go and get enough stones and twigs to make another hammer. Anyway, for anybody that's interested, it's down to £8 on Steam, the Steam sale. Well, Spectre Dawn takes care of the 4 ball and one good pot in this 5 ball. And you would think he should be tying the match up here. Bankster's taking out John Boo, 7 racks to 3. Now, here's a question. Has anybody seen Bullabog or Paul in the lobby since last Saturday's debacle that we had? Is there going to be a Philippine team in this, what do you call it this week? Because if there isn't, then it's a bit of a disaster. Has Paul done a runner along with the rest of his team? He might as well, because they've all bailed out on him. It's going to be a laughing stock tomorrow if there's no Filipino team. Well, they had all week to try and recruit, anybody else to his team. Did LS3 sign up for him? Well, that's a good sign. So if he plays and LS3 plays on Saturday, who's going to be the third? I haven't had a look at the league since last Saturday anyway. So, well, LS3 signed up for the team, but she can't play. That's a bit like Mal. Mal signed up for my team, but he can only play 1 week out every 4, it seems. He won't be playing this week again. It looks as if you're in for the duration, Larry. Inspector Don. I don't know. Did he win the first rack, or had he? This match was started when we joined, didn't it? Right. So Spectre Don in the lead. Listen, it won't be a loan deal. You're playing this week, aren't you? I can't even remember who the team is. Well, it's now 4-2. Slim asking for a replay. Spectre Don too busy focusing. Are you playing this week, Calder Spiller? Are you in the team, or is it Tam? I've totally forgotten. What's he talking about, the 2-ball? I don't know what Slim's talking about. I don't know what there is to watch with the 2-ball. No, I haven't a clue what he's talking about. We're not saying that there's anything that's predictable about this rack, are we? Because I've not noticed anything. The only thing that is predictable now is that if Spectrodon keeps potting balls and keeps getting a ball in the break, he's going to be running racks and this match will be over. That's the only thing that's predictable. Watch the 9 ball. Everybody's now looking for things that's wrong with the rack when it's as good as it's ever been for bloody months. We put up with all of the crap that we had in the rack, and now everybody's looking for something to find something that's a pattern, and it's all in your imaginations. That mine wasn't in my imagination. That's the one thing that's for certain. It was not in my imagination that I was seeing that. So here we go for 5-2. Right, I'm watching the 9 ball. Yeah, that's true. Steve's did this tweak with the friction. No explanation as to what that's supposed to achieve. None of that. It tells you that's what he's done, but what he doesn't tell you is what he did it for and what he hoped to achieve by doing it. Right, well, I didn't see anything there in the break other than the 8 ball going in. LS3 has taken out Chase 1 around. Well, this is just a bit tricky. We don't know anything about it. Well, the 9 won't go to the same spot all the time, especially if it gets kicked. And clearly Fast Eddie never showed up at all. That's a bit like saying, when they break in real life in the pro game, the 1 ball always goes into the side pocket. I mean, so what? That's what happens. And if the 9 ball's drifting one side of the table or the other side of the table, that's because the way the rack's set now. But there's nothing identical about it. Well, One Pocket Slim might have played his last shot in this match here. Because there's an inevitability about it now, with the way the rack does break and the fact that Spectrodon's at the table. And there's a very strong likelihood that Slim will be gone from the winner's side. Welcome to Vertical Liquid. Well, this is going to be hampered a bit though, I think. Stay over that 9 ball. No, he's okay. Well, this is just jack it up to get a wee bit of punch in this, I think. Or is he going to let it run around the angles? I don't know how much the angle is. That's fine. Right, so Spectrodon on the hill. He's going to be breaking from the right hand side. I don't know whether he's cutting it slightly or not. Yeah, 9-ball drifts over to the left-hand side because he's breaking from the right-hand side. The rack's breaking 100 times better than it was. Oh dear. One pocket slim. Big mistake in the 1 ball, and that might be it. So the 2-7 is going to be the make or break shot here, I would say. A chance of a lifeline for Slim, but that's gone very rapidly. So they check the cue ball to avoid leaking away with the cue ball and running into the 8. So Spectre Dawn comfortably through to round 3. With a 7 racks to 2 win. The Slim marches over to that 1 loss side. We'll have a quick update. So LS3 now waiting to play Spectre Dawn. We've got Bankster now playing Larry, and they're already won a piece in that match. And I think this is the first time that I've seen Bankster play Larry where Bankster's not getting a handicap. So Larry's either been dropping his rating or Bankster's been increasing his. Let's go in and have a quick look. So there's what, 60 odd, is that about 60 points difference or something between the two of them? Larry in the lead and not get the cut. Right, see you later, miasma. Bankster has to take these sort of chances. It's all about that angle, and that's perfect because you can stun that in and just hold for the 8 ball. You can just get dug in and hold for that 8 ball. So Bankster ties the match up. Ball in the break. Again, breaking from the right hand side, so the 9 ball's going to the left hand rail. What's unusual about that? Oh, Banks are having the same problem that Larry's having, trying to cut the balls into that top right-hand pocket. Maybe that's a bug. Well, cover behind the 8 ball. Not difficult for those who are half decent with a jump cue to jump that. Guess what film I was watching this afternoon? I went to the Film 4 website. I've been missing pots for years, didn't know it was a bug. Yeah, there's definitely a bug in that top right hand pocket. I was watching Close Encounters of the Third Time, which I've seen a few times. But then I asked myself a question about the end of that film. Now, I presume there's a few you have seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Now, I'm wondering what meaning you're meant to take from the end of that film, because you've got people. Obviously, there's two main characters that are affected by this close encounter, where they're getting psychological problems. They're seeing images in their head. Particularly Richard Dreyfuss's character and that other woman, where a wee boy, he disappears. But at the end of the movie, I then asked myself a question this afternoon. I thought, Richard Dreyfuss is doing crazy things. He's making mountains out of potatoes. He's then throwing stuff into the house, making mud mountains, trying to get this image that he's seen in his head. The other one, that lassie, that woman, she's drawing pictures. Till eventually it twigs what it is. They have to go to it's a call to go to this location, which they didn't know what it was, but it turns out it's Devil's whatever it is, Devil's Mountain or something, isn't it, in Wyoming? And so they go there. Now, Richard Dreyfuss's character, right, because he's acting weird and doing all of the stuff he's doing, his wife up sticks and takes the kids and goes to her sister. And that's the last you see of them in the film. And Richard Dreyfuss is so obsessed with this and the fact that everyone's a cover-up that he takes himself and this other woman, and they break through the barriers that they're trying to cordon off the area to keep the public away from it. And they go to the mountain and they then witness the whole reason why there was a cover-up. But my final question is did he have no inkling or any reason to stay here on Earth that he decided to go in the spaceship with the little aliens? He had a wife and a family. Did they disown him or did he disown them? It seemed like an easy choice for him just to jump onto this spaceship and bugger off and leave them. Because you never see her and the kids again. It seemed like a straightforward choice. You could go and witness this thing, but did you have to go that far as to actually dump the wife and kids, even though they dumped him because she couldn't understand? Or did he feel he wasn't getting the support from his wife because he was doing daft things and she thought he was having a breakdown? If she thought he was having a breakdown, she still didn't show him much support by just bailing out and running away with the kids to her sister. So in the end, did he have that thought across his mind when he decided, to hell with her, I'll just bugger off into the spaceship with my little buddies? That's the moral question I asked myself this afternoon when I was watching the end of that film. Meanwhile, Larry going to open up a 2-rack gap here. They're showing all the Godfather trilogy again on Film 4. It's on the website if you want to go and watch any of them. What happened? What's happened with that pedo BBC presenter? What one of them are you talking about? And John Boo survives in the one-loss side. No, I'm not playing Valheim. I'm actually doing a live stream in VP4. I don't know who you're talking about, Coldest Pillow. Who the hell are you talking about? What happened with that pedo BBC presenter? I don't know what BBC presenter there has been talked about recently. The one who did the Queen death. Oh, you're talking about the newsreader, Hugh, whatever his name is, Hugh Edwards, the Welshman. Well, did he not get? Did they not come up with the excuse that he had mental problems and depression? I think his wife came out with a statement, so he's supposed to be under the doctor. But then again, that obviously could be a cover up for wrongdoings. They're all at that. They're all at cover ups. Unless you get an honest explanation, then you're never going to know. Oh, aye, the BBC are going to say, right, get him out quick. We don't want to hear any more of that. I mean, the biggest cover up, of course, of all is the Philip Schofield carry on. That's the biggest bunch of lies. Get that. Biggest bunch of bullshit you'll ever hear. But that's about. It is true what Eamon Holmes said. It's just about protecting the franchise, protecting the company and the programme to make sure the advertisers don't bail out. That's what all of that was about. So it was. It's a big seller for ITV this morning. So it was. So 1 rack in it, Bankster with a wide open table. Again, I still say there's a slight problem and guarantee you're going to get good in this 8 ball off the 7 because the 7 is in the pocket, more or less in that corner. And it's always difficult to just judge how you're coming out of that corner. Well, you don't know what goes on in the entertainment industry. There's all sorts of buggering and fornication going on between them. Whatever turns each other on. Well, this isn't ideal. But Bankster's held it. I'm going to be back all square. I wish somebody would break from the left-hand side to see where the 9 ball goes then. Or break down the middle. I see that the what do you call it, the gun handler in that film that they were making, you know, where the what's his name actually was using live ammunition in the movie. I see the gun handler has been prosecuted for involuntary manslaughter, and Baldwin can also still be done for it as well. From what I read, he's still up for conviction as well. The money, not the money, the what the hell do you call them again? The weapons handler or whatever the hell the title is for them. They've been prosecuted, so they could go to jail for a couple of years. And as Alec Baldwin, he could still get done for it. Well, Larry's missed the cut. Now, I don't know whether this is too tight, this 4 ball, to spin this into the 6 and 9 and hole for the 5. Yeah, that's what he's tried there. He had the right idea, and there's another result through. Slim has survived on the 1-loss side against Pye. Well, I'm sure that lawyers could get up with a very good way around that. They're called as pillar. The lawyers could say, "Well, you know, you're the actor that's been given this gun. Is it not up to you to double check with the gun handler that the ammunition that's in the gun is actually blank?" They could probably read between the lines in that one and sort of get that thrown out of court and put the blame on the actor for saying to the actor, "Well, okay, you're the actor, but the gun props person is the one that's responsible for the actual gun. But you, as the actor, you must surely query with the props guy, saying, is this okay? Are these bullets blanks? Prove to me that they're blanks or something like that before you then decide to go into a scene and use it." I don't know, you know. And Snotty has survived against John Boot, 4-0. So all the 1-loss side results are coming through at the moment. Let's have a quick update. We've got LS3, 2-1 up against Spectre Dawn. We're 4 apiece. Larry's just getting into the lead, 5-4. And that's going to hang up. Went too much to the jaw. But you think about it. You look at how many Hollywood movies have been made, and I'm not talking about in the last 10 years, I'm talking about all through the lifetime of the Hollywood movies, and all the amount of westerns that have been made, and thriller films where there's always been guns involved. You think the amount of, I think it's a miracle that only 1 or 2 people have been killed. I mean, what's his name? What's his name? Was it Jet Li that get killed as well in a movie a few years ago? Was that his name? Was it Jet Li? Where he get killed by a gun, I think. So that's actually quite a good ratio for the thousands of films that have been made and the amount of guns and ammunition that's been used and blanks that's been used. And it's what's his name? Brandon Lee, was it? It's actually a very good ratio to deaths to survivals that you have, that there's not been a lot more people killed. So Bankster, with the table at his mercy, to go all square. This might be just a straight little drawback to the rail. I don't know whether he's any angle, but it's fine. So this could be going all the way, this match. Now, for God's sake, break from the left-hand side to see what the table goes like. And all the balls avoid the 9 ball. But that's, that, to me, that's perfectly acceptable. That if you're breaking from the right-hand side and the 9 balls go to the left, there's nothing unusual about it. No, there shouldn't be any live ammo on set, but then again, mistakes happen, as we've just been discussing. I mean, let's be honest. If you're a prop handler, a gun handler, if you're the person responsible for that in any movies, you should have no live ammunition anyway. But the thing is how reliable can you be that your suppliers are supplying you with the right blank cartridges? You know, how far back do you want to go as to who's going to take the blame here? So you're the guy that works in props. You're the gun handler on the film set, but your ammunition is bought from a third party, and that third party supplier gets that from somewhere else. Who is it that's to blame? Somebody has to blame for not checking something. So how far back do you want to go to blame somebody? You know. I mean, if Alec Baldwin and the gun handler in that movie are the two that are getting the blame because this poor person got killed, are they actually charging the right people? Because at the end of the day, if you're putting ammunition into a prop pistol, it's up to you to check that the ammunition supplied is the correct ammunition, i.e. blank. It's then no use trailing back through your paperwork and saying, well, where did we get this? Well, we got our supplies from who we always get them from. Well, where did they get it from? What country does it come from? Who's to blame for shipping this into the country as proper ammunition when it's actually real ammunition? So there's a lot of back trail and investigating needs to go on there. But the bottom line is, you know what the president said, the buck stops here. If you're the one holding the gun and you're the one that pulls the trigger, you're the one that's to blame. It's your problem that you never double check with the gun handler that you were using proper blanks and give them that second and final chance to actually double check the ammunition was blank. But you've then obviously got to question the gun handler's ability to actually recognise and understand when it's blank ammunition and when it's real ammunition that you're actually putting into a prop gun. You've got to question their capabilities at doing a job when they can get caught out like that, where the consequences are a fatality. So Larry looking to get to the hill now. He's got to dig into this 6 ball and hope he runs across and bumps the 9. That's what he's got to hope here. And that looks pretty good. And he's fine, he's not hampered. Now, can he just do a little stop? Well, he is hampered slightly, but he can just do a little stop here. You can watch he's not putting any spin on that cue ball while he's trying to jack up the cue. And that's in no man's land. I think he'd have been better just stopping that where he was. Well, you can't go up in court and just say the handler's an umpty bedhead. Yeah. The lawyer's not going to say that, but the lawyer should be questioning where they got the supplies from, and the investigation should go deeper than just the fact that they're deciding who's to blame. You know, it has to go deeper than that. In fact, I mean, if you're a blanks supplier of prop ammunition for movies, you must have a very big and obvious disclaimer on your paperwork that you don't accept any liability or responsibility for what happens with this by the time it leaves your hands into the hands of the other people that's going to get it. Or else there'd be a lot more people going up in court. A whole trail of people throughout the system of shipping this stuff either from out of the country, wherever it comes from, until it eventually gets into the hands of the prop guy, and then finally into the hands of the person who's going to be firing the gun. So there's an idiot somewhere in the pipeline. It just depends how far you want to take it back. And meanwhile, Larry on the hill, Bankster at the table. The table is pretty good. And the 4-ball goes past the 7. Obviously goes into the side, but that's more of a cut into the side. Then the cue ball running loose. And this 8-ball could come into play. In fact, that's going to go into the place you don't want to be. And Houdini's taken out Chase 1 around, 4 racks to 3. Quick update. Spectre Dawn's got a 4-2 lead. Let me just do that bloody refresh thing again. Hang on. Bankster's got the bank, or the cut, whatever it was. Well, that's the other thing. You question the safety routines. All of that sort of stuff is questionable. You know, you just don't get a second chance for that type of stuff. That's the problem. You don't get that second chance. There's only that one opportunity for a mistake, and that's all it takes. And you cannot take that risk. So you have to get your preparation and your safety checks all done 100%, and you have to get it signed off and verified by somebody else that it's been double checked. You know, you have to, presumably they have all of that in place. I mean, they'd be a proper numpty if they didn't have that sort of, they didn't take it that seriously that you know, it wasn't, you know, checked and double checked and signed off. And then, of course, it takes an accident like that before things like that finally come into play, before legislation and rules and regulations and laws are changed. But by then it's too late. Somebody's already dead. So Larry goes through by 7 racks to 5. We'll head in and we'll catch what's left of this match with LS3 and Spectre Dawn. And while that's happening, I'm going to switch the heating off because I'm getting warm. Right, I'm back. What did I miss? Spectre Dawn still that 4-2 lead. Well, LS3's got to go for the bank here. Can she see enough of this 5? Well, maybe not. I think if that 5 had just moved another fraction of an inch, there was a chance of the bank on. Well, that's no good. That's really poor. That was not a good shot, LS3. I don't know why. I think the only thing with this is if you try and come back across for the 6, you've not got an awful lot of room to work with here. You see, the problem was whether he would catch any of the 8 ball, but actually it's worked out perfect. Yeah, but you notice something as well, Larry. That's because everybody's breaking from the right-hand side. There's nothing surprising about that. So here we go again. Spectre Dawn breaking from the right-hand side. Nobody's breaking from the left or down the middle. Or even further right. You know, further right near the rail or further left near the rail to change the break up and then see where the balls go. Then, of course, if you break the same position, then the odds. And it's like I say, it's like sending the one ball into the side pocket in the break each time. Why? That's what I forgot about that. I forgot about the break box. Of course, that's another reason as well, isn't it? That we'll get the break box on. Well, of course, tomorrow night we should see something different because in the Winter 9-Ball League, the break box is meant to be on, but it's never been on. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Well, this 4-ball looks fairly tight. No, it's off the rail. But LS3 is going to have to tuck this away and get good on this 5 if she's going to survive here. It catches the 8, but it's not done her any harm. If anything, it's actually made her life a lot easier. Again, I don't believe that LS3 played to get there on this 6-ball. I think she was playing to play it into this bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, this is not where she wanted to be. And sooner or later, you just run out of pots. Oh dear. Well, Spectre Dawn has given her a lifeline. Oh, and LS3 she's really struggling here. Nah, I mean, you look at the amount of room she could have drawn that cue ball and still had a shot in the 7. Not good through with the shot at all there. Well, if the cue ball gets out of the way, that 7 had a chance there to go up, but it's caught the rail way too soon. So that is definitely LS3's last chance this rack. Spectre Dawn's going to be breaking for the match. Well, not now. Is he going to get there? Yeah. So, let's have a quick update. We've got Larry sitting waiting. One lost side. What's happening over there? We've got one pocket slim, one apiece with Houdini. And Snotty's waiting on a loser coming through. And Bankster is waiting on the winner of that one pocket slim Houdini match. The break from Spectre Dawn has come up dry. And this cue ball's going to run into the 3. Oh, that was more like a blast into the 3. And that blast from LS3 may well be her last shot this match. 1 ball over the corner, 2 ball up top, 3 ball into the bottom right, 4 into the left centre, 5 into the right centre. Yeah, I mean, pointing out the fact that the 9 ball is going to the left or the right hand side. If you break to the right, the 9 ball's going to the left. If you break to the left, the 9 ball going to the right. You know, tell me something new. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. But the whole idea is that you change your break up, you go and find a break that works for you, where you're going to at least convince yourself that you're getting a higher percentage chance of putting a ball in a pocket in the break. So Spectre Dawn, I think that will be through the hot seat, won't it? Through the hot seat match. Oh, it is. So again, a comfortable 7-2 win for Spectre Dawn. So we've now got the hot seat match with Larry and Spectre Dawn. LS3 having moved across, she's now going to play Snotty. And 1 pocket slim and Houdini. We'll go in and catch that because Houdini's bound to be getting a handicap. He's getting 6 and out. And Slim's got a 2 rack to 1 lead here, but if he leaves a shot in this 6 ball, well, he could have left it easier for Houdini. Well, you know, when I was doing that testing, Larry, I tested the stop, you know, planting the cue ball with the cue jacked up, and that works pretty well. So if you try breaking from slightly left or slightly right of that middle diamond, and then jack the cue up a little bit, and try and plant that cue ball, that will work. It does seem to hold the cue ball. I've had it stop on a number of occasions where it just stopped stone dead right in the middle of the table. And Houdini had his chance here, albeit it wasn't an easy one. Slim's now on the hill. He's going to have to do a bit of ducking and diving though. Well, Houdini can have a smack at this, the one onto the 6, because you never know. If you're getting 6 and out, you certainly have a go at this. Well, now I'm not sure what he did there, whether he attempted the one onto the 6 or attempted to pot the one, but he scratched anyway, so Slim with a clear run up to that 3 ball. And a little dig back off the 3, I would assume. I mean, he could go forward, but again, he's just trying to be too cute. Trying to be too delicate. And he's hung the 3. How can Houdini get out of there? Well, we'll go there when this is done. If you haven't got the patience, go in yourself and watch it. There's plenty of that match to see. They've only just started, for God's sake. Well, here we go. Houdini is going to tell a lie, not Houdini. Not Larry either. See, you've got me bloody confused now. We've even half asleep when I started this stream. My brain's gone to pot. Right, it's definitely Houdini at the table now. And the 6 ball definitely does go past the 7. And we've still got a match on here. Quick update for VP Mona. It's still 0-0 in the Spectre Don Larry match. I mean, good God, the thing's just bloody started. And Houdini's break has certainly given him a ball. The 2 ball is gone. Thin cut up the rail in the 1, if he fancies it. But the 3 ball is going to be difficult to get to from where he is here. Aye, that's his other new nickname, VP Mona. He only comes into the bloody stream to moan. I bet he's one of these people that sits down and writes letters to television companies complaining about the use of language in a programme the other night. I bet he's one of them. He's definitely one of them. He's definitely a complainer. No more tabbing out. No more checking the score. And this is to keep VP Mona happy. It's still nothing each. They're still in the first rack. The first rack won't be over, and this match will be done, and we'll still be able to get in and see the end of the first rack. Some people just don't have patience. Well, Houdini's got away with one there. A bit of an escape. Now that 7 ball has got to be well in line with this. You've got to keep this cue at the right angle. He's got the jump. He's got the cut. That was very well done. How's the legs in the cue ball? Yeah, but if you think about it, you've got to tab out of the stream to go and tab into the bloody bracket, haven't you? I'm saving you the time. Your argument has got no grounds for complaint whatsoever. I'm doing you a favour. You then have to tab out of the stream to go and tab into VP4 to go and tab to the bloody bracket page and then tab back to the stream. Well, Houdini was well off the mark with that. No, he never has. No, never has done. Moaning face git. Right, well, 6 ball goes past the 9. So this is a little dink around the corner. Watch the cue ball. And Slim, dare I say it, should be done and dusted here. Although even that's got him a slight blind cut. I'll just do it to annoy him even more. Right, so Spectre Dawn's 1-0 up. And this match is over, so I'm going to leave the room early. There you go. I'm going to go to there so I can tab into the room from here. There we are. So all we've missed is a rack. And meanwhile, Slim survives. And this is a bit tricky. This is very tricky. Now, the thin cut, he might just catch the outer edge of that 9 ball. It's hard to say, but the fact that he's stuck to the rail, he won't be doing much with the cue ball. He might just catch the 9. No, he's decided to give it the old heave-ho to avoid that. And that's hung the 8 ball. And that's well in the pocket again. And ball's going in the break. And shot in the 1. Now is he going to check this up to stay this side of the table for the 2? Yes, he is. And this is just a little roll through. Just a little dink in. Or he could just do a little holding shot, but you don't want to interfere with the 6. He could just hold the cue ball here below the 6 ball, but it's always, you end up looking a numpty if you don't play it right. So he's played the safer option. I think he might be a bit straight in this though. Let's have a look. Well, he's got a bit of an angle, but he's got to really come right into the table. Anywhere down here, he's going to have a shot in the 4. Oh dear, Larry. What the hell was that? It looked as if he was digging in to get the draw and come down here to play the 4. What was difficult about that? That's an awful shot. That is really poor. Well, it's ended up being not a bad safe at the end of it all, but that was really bad to play that shot so poorly. And the chances are he's going to get another go at it. Well, if you can see this 4, he's 100% definitely going for the bank here, I would think. I don't know that I'd be so keen on the cut. I'd be more inclined to play the bank because the bank looks pretty good. Although he looks as if he's lining up the cut. This is the old Albinario cut, and he's got it. He's going to have to dish out another good one here, though. No, that was a bedhead cut. That wasn't an Albinario cut. It wasn't sitting right to be an Albinario cut. That needs to slow up. And that'll do it. Now again, you know, Larry's stuck to the rail. He's either going to miss this or hit it, and then just got to hope he still has a shot. I think he's jacking up to make sure he does avoid it. So Larry just needing the last two, in which case it was the 8 ball, for a 2-1 lead. And I'm sure the ball went into the right side pocket. That cue ball almost went into the left. So we've lost the 7 and we've lost the 4. Dodgy cut in the 1, or the bank into the corner in the 1. And Larry played neither. He played to duck up table, but he hasn't got any cover whatsoever. And that 2 ball goes into the side, which makes life a bit easier for Spectre Dawn if he just... Well, I thought he'd have tried... I thought he'd have tried and killed the cue ball there, because see, now he's running a wee bit loose. He can drop this into the side and drop through for the 3, back up table. Unless he bumps straight into the 8. Yeah, so the 3 ball into the bottom here, 5 ball handy. Yeah, I actually forgot Larry had last 2, because I never actually paid any attention to the HUD. I didn't even notice that there was a handicap in this match. Well, it's going to be all square. Now, again, one pocket slim, 0-0 with Bankster, Snotty, and LS3. LS3's just gone 3-1 up. Two apiece in this match. And a shot in the 1. What went there? 7 balls gone. Shot in the 1, 2 ball. Now he's... I don't know whether Spectre Dawn wants to nick this 1 ball in and try and actually spin this straight into the 2 and 5 right now. I think that's what he's trying. He's trying to get a nick here and hoping to get a good outcome, and I don't think he has. I mean, he's got a long combo if he fancies it. I don't think he's really got more options available here. Well, he fancies cutting this back into the side, I think. Looks like what he's doing. Yeah. Nope, he's ducking for cover. He's just trying to confuse me. Well, I think I'd be surprised if Larry doesn't have a go at this cut in the 2. Problem is having any sort of shot in the 3 from where he's sitting. Yeah, that was really difficult. Well, he's got away with it, sort of. Although, I mean, this is just enough room to push that past there. Now, Larry's got to go up and down for the kick in here. There's good odds that Larry will get this. Oh, it just bumped into the rail after he'd hit the cue ball onto the 2 there. It just bumped into the rail, and that sent it far enough offline. So now the table is inviting the run out. This 9 ball is off the rail as well. One Pocket Slim has survived in his match with Houdini, 4 racks to 2. I'd already said that result. Maybe I had done, I can't remember. It's that time of night. So we're still, what, we're still under an hour and 55 minutes. Inspector Don's now got himself in front. Is he going to run away from Larry? Every match we've been in, everybody's breaking from the right hand side. I can't understand why. We're not seeing any great variation in people's breaks at all. They're all sticking with what they know. The 3 ball has gone. There is no shot in the 1. But this table, whoever gets that 1 ball, you would think they're getting themselves out, apart from the fact the 2 balls are a wee bit awkward. And Spectre Don went all out for the cut in the 1 cross table, I think. And he's got the breakout on the 2 and 9, and the 1's now hanging over the other corner pocket. And LS3 survives as well against Snotty, 4 racks to 2. Where's this cue ball going? It's going to bump the 4 in. That saved the scratch there. Right, this 7 ball. Now Larry should be going over to the side rail here for this 7 ball into the side. Further up he goes, the sort of straighter he is. See, I mean, I say over at the side rail, I didn't mean on the side rail, like he's put himself, because that just means he's got more work to do. I mean, you would think he's okay to run the cue ball. And that should be fine. And we should be 3 apiece. So we'll give him that. And we'll now see that 1 Pocket Slim is now up against Bankster, and LS3 is waiting on the winner of that match now. Well, the scratch and the break from Larry has handed it back to Spectre Don, who's going to take the opportunity for a down the rail 1-9 combo. He's got to be careful with the 1 ball though. Yeah, he sent it into the right side of the 9, and when it's as close to the rail as that, all you're doing is just pushing it into the rail and it's going to come off. So Larry now has to punish that. Again, you know, the 1 ball is going to be the toughest shot in the table at the moment. Cue ball coming down towards the 8 ball or down that direction, and he's going to have a shot in the 2 into the side if this 1 ball goes in. But he hasn't done it. And Spectre Don will be going from the other end of the table. He'll just be stunning this 1 in, getting the cue ball out far enough across that he doesn't go behind the 3 ball, but he gets half decent on the 2. So the braver he is with this shot, the better it is for getting in the 3. In fact, he's going for the old heave-ho to get below the 2 and try and play it the side. He could have stunned across. But as it is, the table's now perfect for running out. Not anything to hinder you, and no reason why you shouldn't be running out. He's done it often enough. Well, just the wrong side of the 6, but again, you can check the cue ball up. And again, he doesn't want to be stuck to the rail. This just means that you're ending up having to maybe jack up to make sure you're taking any chance of a scratch out of this. I think he's okay though. Yeah, just jacking up to be sure. And now it's all about the pace. And he's just gone to that spot you don't really want to be in. But he's held it well. Goes into the lead. And Larry hoping he gets back to the table. Oh, 7 ball hanging over the pocket. The 5 ball is gone. And it's well, I think you could play the 1. I think you can play the billiard off the 1 onto the 6 with the cue ball and knock the 7 in with the 6. Or you could go for the. You could try the combo. To me, the billiard looks easier, but he's not interested. And he's not got the cover either. Larry lining up the bank, I think. Or is he? In fact, I don't think it will bank, looking at where the 8 ball was sitting. And likewise, Larry's not got the cover either. That needed another couple inches of running on it, that 1 ball. So this is the make or break shot here for Spectre Dawn. He's got on the 2. It's going to be a... there could be trouble here for him. He's got to obviously hit this 2 ball with enough pace so that it gets to the 7. And all the while he's doing that, the cue ball's coming off the rail and up the table. And he could end up being hooked here. This is not guaranteed anything, this shot. And he's come up good. Come out of it smelling the roses. Now again, I think he can go forward and just come up past the 8 ball, or he can come out the other way. Spun it out to the right. Now, again, a little jack up and a hold on this 3 ball. Unless he wants to run across and bump the 9. I mean, he could do that. He could run across and bump the 9 and play the 4 into the other corner. Depends what he fancies here. But he's just going to hold it. Larry's watching this one running away from him. Spectre Dawn going to go 2 in front. think the break. Well, I thought it was dry, but the what's that? The 4-ball gone. Having to try and jump over the edge of the 3, but this is a big pocket where this 8-ball is. Big pocket to get this 1-ball in. Didn't even hit the 8. Went clean in, but where's the cue ball going? Well, he'll do well to jump over that. Well, I'm not convinced that there's. I think the 7-ball's in the way of the line you would want to take past that 6-ball to get the hit in the 2. I think that's the problem with this shot. So if you're going to go left of the 7, I think you've either got to go 2 rails. Well, he tried to get it 1 rail. He actually wasn't far off the mark there. It was pretty close, but Larry's got his chance that he wanted to get back to the table. It's whether they can capitalise on it. So we'll give him the 2 and the 3. 5-ball to the 6-ball is going to be the main one that will decide the rack, because the 6-ball will go up past the 9. It does go past the 8, although I'm never so keen on that because you can't really see the edge of the 8-ball to the black of the pocket. I never like that. But there is room. And Larry's not hit it again. He's not hit it again. I mean, if that was another 1.5 foot up the table, he was still fine. And he's left it short. And this is where this 8-ball comes into play now, that edge of that 8-ball. He'd be better off cutting this to the rail and actually making sure it goes in off the 8-ball. And that's the right shot, what he played right there. That was the right shot. Making sure you hit it to the rail so that you do come off and hit the 8-ball. He's still nowhere near good. It looks like the bank up the table here, I think, on this 7-ball. It certainly doesn't look as if he's cutting enough at the moment for the pot. Yeah, played the bank, but it hasn't gone there. Now he has to hope it stays sort of reasonably safe. Well, if Spectre Dawn goes to the cut, he's going to be well hampered. This is certainly not a gimme. Whatever he tries to do with it. So Larry might still be getting another go at this. Spectre Dawn has to be careful here because he's running out of time on this shot. And that 7-ball, is it going to come low enough? Well, it's low enough for the pot. But Larry's going to have to dink this in and leave a high cut in the 8-ball or check it up one way or another. He's checked it up. The 8-ball is off the rail. So he should just be dinking this in. And he'll be back to within 1. And 1 pocket slim has taken out Bankster, 4 racks to 2, so he's now lining up to play LS3. And the winner of that will play the loser of this. So Larry's break turned out it was dry. Spectre Dawn with a shot in the 1, and all the balls are on, and Spectre Dawn's going to be on the hill, no doubt about that. I would say it would need a mistake for that not to happen. suppose if you want to be a wee bit picky here, the 5 to the 6 isn't 100% guaranteed, because the 6 ball, let's be honest, the 6 ball doesn't go past the 8. You don't want to be even trying to play there. So that's really going to be the test, is getting from the 5 and getting good in the 6. But to get good on the 5, first of all, is the objective. You've got to have a comfortable shot to come down for this 6 ball on the right-hand side, where you're cutting into this left-hand corner pocket. That's not always as easy as it sounds. Well, where he is in the 5 ball, he can go forward with loads of spin, but I think the loads of spin would run into the 9. He's trying to go forward with right angles to check it, and now it's just about the pace, so that it doesn't run out past that 8. And he's perfect. Well, perfect in the sense that you can see the 6. He's going to be able to just roll forward, probably cut the 7 into the side and run up and down for the 8. Unless he wants to jack up. Yeah, he's just going to run it into the side, up and down. Just threatening to go to that no man's land bit. It's another little cut back. Got to be careful with him. And it goes. Inspector Don will be breaking for his place, his usual spot in the Friday night 9 ball final. And the ball in the break. No shot in the 1. Or is there? Is there a thin edge in that one? I think there is. In fact, this one will cut. Well, I think Paul does, but he's not around to ask. You need to come on tomorrow if he actually appears tomorrow, Keith, before 5 o'clock. And then you've got to say whether you're going to be available each week, because I think the guy's desperate. He's desperate to have somebody in his team. I think LS3 signed up for his team, but she can't play tomorrow. Well, it's a chance for Larry. There's no knowing what's going to happen with this cue ball here off this 8 ball. And the 3 balls blocked by the 4, I think. Yes, it is. Pretty much. I haven't a clue who's left in his team. All I know is that 2 players bailed out last Saturday during the bloody matches. So I don't know whether he's chucked to both of them. I've not had a look at his team since last Saturday. Oh, does that needs to get tight, and it hasn't. It hasn't. He needed to get that right on top of the 8 and the 4 there, and he hasn't done it. In fact, now that you mention it, let's have a look. Where are we? Why can't I see this? Why can't I see the Winter 9 ball thing? Oh, hang on, I'll do it with my profile. Right. Let's have a look. Team Philippines has got Paul. Now, the surprising thing is that Paul doesn't look as if he's changed anything this week. First of all, Houdini did a runner last week. Pectus did a runner as well, and Paul was in the lineup last week. So Paul hasn't changed anything in his team, from what I can see, other than the LS3's been added to it. But he hasn't changed the team at all, which is a bit concerning. He's still got two of the players that bailed out in him last week. He's still got them listed in the lineup, whereas they wouldn't even be shown in the lineup if that was me. So there's your answer to that query. He hasn't changed anything yet, which is a bit worrying. Maybe he's got a bit disconcerted, the guy, the way he's been pissed about with these other idiots in the team. Right. Back to business. Larry trying to hang on in there. Not a bad safety. In fact, a bit of a tricky safety because there's barely an edge. In fact, is there anything in that 4 ball showing there past that 8? There's a tiny tad. I could never have seen that with the contrast of that purple 4 and the black ball, the black colour of the 8 ball. I could never have seen that. But the cut is on. Cue ball, danger of a scratch here off this 8 ball, I think. Depends how much he's going to get of it, but he could end up coming off that 8 ball and scratching. That's always a possibility. And it didn't scratch, but it isn't that good on the 5 ball either. Because even if he rolls this into the side, I don't think he can roll this into the side. He's got to play this up table. He's got to go up past the 9 ball. And that's very well done. But how's the cue ball? It needs to bounce. Not bad. So Larry just needs to get on this 8 ball, which he has done. And he'll be breaking to try and take this match all the way. In fact, I'm surprised. It's definitely clear that, in fact, Spudboy's not been in the stream, has he? Spudboy's the one to ask if whether he's getting any messages through from Bullabog. Because Spudboy should really be in the team this week if he's going to get rid of either one of those two that bailed out in him last week. Because if you take one of them out and you stick Keith in for tomorrow night, then at least you've got a team. If Paul turns up and Spudboy gets put in, then he does have a team for tomorrow night, but I don't think he's touched it at all. We might never see Bullabog again. Now, the other question I would ask is who on his team is a vice captain? Is Spudboy a vice captain on that team? If he is, he could change the team up. Paul doesn't need to be here if he's got Spudboy as a vice captain. Well, Spectre Dawn. The cut and the 2. Now that 4 ball comfortably goes into the side pocket. And this is going to be no man's land on the 3 ball. Suddenly life gets a lot more difficult when you're in that sort of no-go area. And it's either here or there. You have to make that choice. Well, in goes the 3. Well, what happens is, if that team is as it is right now, Keith, then that Houdini and that Pectus, Houdini bailed out after he got disconnected twice. He quit on the night, and so did Pectus. He quit as well. But they haven't been thrown out the team. He hasn't changed the lineup. So if they've now made a decision that they're bailing out, see, what we don't know is whether Paul's had any communication with them to say, is that you had enough? In which case, then he can change, get rid of them and add other players. The only person basically that isn't here tonight is Spud Boy. He's the only one that can answer a couple of questions as to whether he's a vice captain or not. I don't know whether it tells you on that whether he is. But anyway, Spectre Dawn is through to tonight's final. LS3 and One Pocket Slim are battling it out, and it's 2-1 to Slim. Yeah, let me just try and go back to that league. Where the hell is it? Go to that and have a quick look. I don't know whether it tells you. Where the hell have we? Yeah, see, it doesn't tell you on there who the vice captains are. You can only tell that when you're actually in your team manager thing. It doesn't show on there who the vice captains are, but that lineup there, Spud Boy should be put in. And if Paul turns up, that's 1 player, 2 players, so it's 3 in the team. Those 2 aren't going to show, we would assume. And then if you get put in, Keith, in place of one of them, then he's got enough. He's got a minimum lineup that he can play each week until the end of the season, provided you show up each Saturday. That's what he's got. But we don't know that until he's around to actually ask him some questions. Let's come out of that. What the hell's happened here? Right, so it's 2-1 to One Pocket Slim. Larry's waiting in the semi-final to play the winner of these 2 guys. LS3's a blast on the 2. She's got the cut in the 2. Going to have another cut in the 3. Now she has to avoid running into the 9 ball here with this 3 ball and get out into the table unless she. I think she can avoid the 9 here. And then again, maybe not. She did. I don't think she actually done anything with the cue ball to try and avoid the 9. I think she just hoped to get lucky. She's still got an attempt at a bank though. And that's, well, the cue ball's gone. So, ball in hand for Slim. Well, this is going to end up maybe being a wee bit tricky for Slim to get across for this 8 ball. Doesn't want to leave himself straight in the 7. Like that. He doesn't want to do that. He's actually going inside the 7, so he's got a little angle that he can work with. But now it's still tricky because he wants to finish below this 8 to play it up table here. And it looks as if he's coming back the way. What's he trying to do? Oh, he's trifling me with death here, doing that. But he's got the cut. Very thin cut in 8. Steve Davis missed a cut like this in 1985. It cost him the world final. Slim hasn't done it though. Slim's going to be one away from the semi-final match with Larry. Oh dear. And the commentator's cuffs kicks in again. And it's 2 apiece. There you go. Blink of an eye. That's how quick things change. I think that was dry, was it? Did anything go there? No. Well, that was a break from the left-hand side, and look how far the 9 ball is off the rail. And that's a delicate little combo there that Slim's played. That was very nice. Although, again, he's pretty straight in the 1. Not a lot he could do, but he's got enough room to get through for the 2. Oh dear. Well, he didn't want that. Brushed off the 7 ball. Oh, and that's bloody terrible, that. That's an awful shot there from Slim. So LS3 been handed a lifeline here. So just about 45 seconds ago, Slim was going 3-1 up. He hangs a 9 ball and it's 2 apiece. And now LS3 has a rack in her hands here if she can get herself onto this 8 ball. Big stun, and the cue ball's running nice, and a nice angle to come off that short rail back into the table and onto the 9. I know she's playing it ultra cautious. Ultra cautious. And breaking for the match. This looks another dry one. Well, that 6 ball is very inviting to duck behind. And Slim duly obliges, although he's not got it tight. And there's a clear run to jump at this 1 ball. And this 1 ball is going to be hanging over the pocket. How tight is that 7 ball? That 7 ball's off the rail, so there's no problem there. So the 6 ball has got room to get to it. It's just a wee bit hampered by the 9, but But Slim couldn't actually see enough of the two to pot it, so he's running up country. And that's a very good safety. That's got LS3 in a whole heap of trouble here. Well, she's got the kick in behind the two, but again, that brush in the 5 just put the 2 ball right back into play. Could have done with a wee roll of the ball there, LS3, but didn't get it. So, still a wee bit close to the rail for comfort with this 3 ball. All he can do is just go forward. And now he's got to cut this up table to come across for this 5. I don't believe you're dropping it into the side. And that needs to get off the rail again. So now he can hold the cue ball for the 6 ball. You just stop it right there for the cut. And a little ding kid and come across on the shorter side of the 7 if he wants. Or does he want to try and hold it? Yes, he's trying to hold it. Right, so Slim 3 balls away from taking this match all the way. Here we go, breaking for the match. And we've now been on for 2.5 hours. And we've had the 4 ball in the break. The 1 ball doesn't go. And again, that cue ball is 1.25 inches short of where it should have been. It should have been right top of the 3. Well, I suppose that could have finished worse than where it has. Well, the 1 ball does cut, but it ain't easy. And that little bump in the 6 comes in very handy. That was well played. Now the tricky one. Getting from the 3 to this 5. Coming below the 6. Again, well done. How's the angle in the 5? He's gone below it, and that's perfect. That gives you all that you need to get yourself out of there and up table on the top side of the 6 so that you're coming down for the 7. Now, is he going to go inside the 8 ball? Or nip back? He's nipping back. He could have nipped up the inside of the 8 ball there, but doing that, you always end up risking bumping the 8 and doing something daft. But Slim, unless he has a major malfunction here, is going to be through to an all-USA semi-final match with Larry. He wins against LS3 by 4 racks to 3. Now, did LS3 get the money? What the hell's happened here? Why did that go black? Let's have a look. Yeah, LS3 got herself into the money. She's come out $40 richer than what she was when she went in. So now we've got the match with Larry and One Pocket Slim. Larry's getting last two. Spectre Don lies waiting in the final. And only one of these guys can stop him regaining his crown again. Who won it last week? Was it Semi-Pro that won it last week? I can't remember. Was it last week that Semi-Pro beat him? What? I can't. Was it? I don't know. Anyway, Slim's won the lag. And Larry getting last two. Two ballers gone in. Well, this is dodgy as well. They cut up the table and the one isn't a major problem. It's, in fact, he's trying to drop it into the side to hold for that three. The problem was if he cut it up table, the cue ball's running across the table and he had no guarantee he was going to have a shot in the three. So he had to take the little tighter cut into the side, which does give him the sight in the three ball. Oh, aye, right. So it was last week, aye. Oh dear. A week off is actually, I don't feel any better having a week off, by the way. I feel just as tired. Because I was up at 4:45 this morning. What was it? I think it was up a bit earlier than that to go to the bathroom. Then the next thing I know, it's like 4:45, and I'm bright and out of my bed. And that's why I'm getting up so early that I always have to have a nap in the afternoon. And I had my dinner. Round about, when did I have my dinner? It was about 5 o'clock. And of course, every time I have my dinner, I always have a nap as well. Unfortunately, this time, my nap took me right into the start of Friday Night Nightball. I was unconscious in front of the PC until I get woken up. Oh dear. So my body clock doesn't shut down on my it doesn't shut down on my days off, and it doesn't shut down now that I've had a week off. It's just as bloody bad. I mean, I don't think I've been in my bed. I've certainly not been in my bed until 7 a.m. any day off this week. I've always been up about 5, 6 o'clock. I could supposedly go back to my bed, but then I'm just lying there and I'm not actually sleeping. Now, I would rather sleep for another couple of hours, but it just doesn't happen. Well, this the 7 ball isn't an issue. That's fine. But this is the issue. This 3 ball, and the fact that he's stuck to the bottom rail as well. Well, what's he going to try here? To cut up the rail, or down the rail as we look. Yeah. Just caught the lower knuckle of that side pocket there. We just sent it offline slightly. And that gives Slim his chance. Again, this is still tricky as well. With the 4 ball right in the pocket. So there isn't a problem with the 7 ball, it's just getting up onto the 6 and getting out of there to come down low enough to cut the 7 in. So you don't want to finish on top of the 6. And again, that's a nice little angle to dink this in and come down below the 7. Well, this is Larry got himself in his favourite spot, in a hole, having to try and dig himself out of it. But is he going to get to the table to be able to do that? Well, he might, because I think that's another dry break. Yeah. Well, he can cut this into the side. He can stun it in past the 2, get to the rail and come out for the 2. That's the plan here. He's got to avoid the 9. In fact, tell a lie, he had the angle just to drop through. In fact, he's got out far enough. Just far enough. He needed to get out to about here, but this 3 goes past the 7 down into this pocket, so he just needs to try and spin it. Oh, he's coming back the way. Well, that's dicing with death, because he's ended up hooking himself behind the 9. So he's going to have to jump the edge. And the cue ball still in play, and now he's good. He's all good again. Well, he managed to use all of the pocket there. I think maybe that's why maybe he had a bit of bottom. Was it bottom left English on it to fire it down the table? Maybe that's what done that. And this is just it's just threatening to end up in the disaster here. This is not great where he's sitting. That was very well recovered. Still needs another one though. Now, is it the cut or is it the bank? Because if you're going to go full-blooded for the cut in this 8 ball, you've got to avoid the scratch. I think he's okay as far as the scratch goes if he just plays it plain ball. And that was well done. So he's off the mark and into the game. And the 5 ball has gone up top. And he's going to have a little brush past this 1 ball to dink behind the 9. Now this is a touchy shot with a trackball mouse. This type of shot here. Unless he's trying to cut bank this across the table. Or is he trying to play the combo? No, he's trying to play the cut, and that was very well done. Well, that 2 ball, if you blast it, it will cut in. He looks as if he's playing the bank down to this corner though. Is he? What's he doing? Is he trying to punch this into the 3 ball? I'm not sure what he's doing here. He's either playing the bank or he's trying to bump the... No, he is playing the bank. And he's got it. But what's the cue ball doing? Oh dear. Well, he likes to get himself in big holes here, Larry. But he's got no option other than to have a kick at this 3. Well, I mean, they can cut the 3. The cue ball's going to be running. He's trying to slow it up as much as he can, but he's got away with it a little bit. Although Larry's going to jump this. And, well, it cuts up table. This is a big shot. Cut into the corner up table. Cue ball back across for the 6 ball. Into the same pocket, probably. This is not a gimme. It's far from it. Oh, that looks good. That looks very good. Great shot by Larry. Now, you've got to get yourself as high up as where that 8 ball is here with this cue ball. You've got to get right up there. No, not well. They probably won't. You go and look at the league team, the team setup. The team setup for the Filipinos is that they'll get exactly the same lineup as I had last week. Paul's not touched the lineup, and Paul's not around to ask him why, and Spudboy isn't here to ask him if he's a deputy captain, where he could actually put Keith in. He could add Keith to the team if Keith's around tomorrow night. He could put himself in, and if Paul is there, they've got a team of 3. But as it is, you've got Pectus still in the lineup from last week, and you've also got Houdini still in the lineup, and both of them are the two that the culprits that ran out and left him high and dry last week. So Paul's not touched the thing at all. I think he's been scared to do anything with it. But if he's not around here often enough to ask him if he's going to sort things out, it's going to be a last-minute thing tomorrow night as to whether they will have any sort of team. Well, Houdini he had a connection problem, but that's still no excuse. It's still no excuse for bailing out and leaving the guy high and dry. Neither is it for that Pectus guy either. But if Paul isn't around, we can't ask him and we can't find out what's happening. Well, I think the main thing is that his biggest mistake is calling his team Team Philippines for a start. If he thinks he has to have Filipino players in his team, that's his first big mistake. I mean, if he's keeping that sort of thought in mind, then I think he doesn't need to change the team name. He just needs to get anybody that's going to be a lot more reliable than what he's had so far. I just think the choices he's making are not good. So 2 apiece here. 7 to the 8 for Slim. Nice enough angle in the 8 to get up table. Or down table again towards us. So Slim will be breaking for that final match against Spectre Dawn. In fact, now that I think about it, was it... how did Slim end up in the one-loss side again? I've forgotten. It was Spectre Dawn that put him in the one-loss side. So Slim's the one that's out for revenge here tonight. But Larry might still have a say in that. We'll give him the 3. We'll give him the 4 into the side. We'll give him the 6 into the 5 into the corner, the 6 into the other side, and getting across onto the rail for the 7. So everything looks straightforward here. Well, in actual fact, that side pocket on the left-hand side is actually in the way slightly of where you want to be trying to run the cue ball towards. That's the only sort of scary bit about this. I mean, you can stay well away from this, away from the side pocket by cutting this 6 in and coming down to like there. Well, you know, that'll still work as long as he doesn't bump into the 9. So it's across the table twice. And that will do very nicely. That's a nice little angle to tuck the 8 down the rail. And of course that's his money ball. And we're hill, final rack decider. And ball's going in. And the 1 ball over the corner pocket, the side pocket. 2 ball in the middle of the table, blocked by the 6, although it'll go into 3 of the 4 corner pockets, I think. Well, this isn't ideal. I mean, he's going to be running into the 6 ball here. In fact, he might come off the back end of that 6 ball. He's stuck to the rail. In fact, he's gone the other side of the 6 ball, which is actually very good. I thought he was going to hit the back end of it. So, he's got to try and get behind the 4 and come around and out, I think. And that will do it. So, it's all in Larry's hands here. And that is too straight. Way too straight. And that's why he's trying to pinch, and that's why he's drawn into the corner pocket. And anything but straight, and Larry was fine. And that's just cost him the match. That's why angles are so vital in any sort of game of billiards or pool. Angles are what it's all about. Straight lines are never good. They're never really good in this game. And that's how costly it can be. So Slim is going to get his shot at revenge against Spectre Dawn. The time is, what, 8 minutes to 10. 1 pocket Slim wins out against Larry by 4 racks to 3. So we have confirmation that we now have the final match. So that'll update in a second, which it has done. And if we can stop these bloody things jumping around, that's better. There we go. We've got 1 pocket Slim against Spectre Dawn in tonight's final. Spectre Dawn trying to regain his crown. 1 pocket Slim out for 2 achievements tonight. Revenge against Spectre Dawn and a Friday night 9-ball win. So let's get ourselves in. And they're both lagging off at the moment. That's why we're getting a slight delay getting in, I hope. And Slim has won the lag. It's a no handicap scratch match, race to 9. And right off the bat, we are dry, I think. And this is ominous looking already here for Slim, because the 1 ball's wide open. Cue ball out into the table for the 2. stun the 2 in and hold the cue ball for the 3 down the other rail. It's just become a wee bit trickier because he hasn't got himself perfectness to. Now this is a little drawback. I mean, he can't really get away from the rail. Is he going to catch any of that 5 ball? I think he might get away with it. Again, it's just getting a wee bit tricky. He's got the cut into the side. He's coming with left English to make sure he comes up that side. And that's good to go now. Spectre Dawn is off the mark. Is the break going to kick in straight away here to build up this lead? Well, he had a ball in the break. Can he see the one? No, he can't. Well, he might be able to see an edge, but that's about it. He might fancy jumping over the edge of this 2 to get the pot, though. Or is he? No, he's playing a push out. Oh, he's far too far away from the 2 to be able to jump that. Well, Slim has got an easy safety here to use this 5 and 7 and duck up table. I'm not sure what Slim tried there. I haven't the foggiest idea why he played that at that pace. Was he trying to bank it or what? I don't know. Welcome back to Blind Hog. Yeah, I'm a bit lost as to what Slim was trying there. But what it looks as if he's done is he's given Spectre Dawn the chance to build up that lead and go 2-0 in front. So we're not quite at 3 hours yet for tonight's tournament. Not quite there yet, just about a minute or so off it. So into rack number 3. Is Spectre Dawn going to get on a roll here? I think he's got another ball. He's most certainly got a shot. The 4 ball is gone. 1 ball there, 2 ball there as well. 3 ball up the table. Well, that's not exactly ideal where he's sat right now, though. I mean, that will cut and it will go into the side, but either choice isn't great. And this has got to avoid the 6 ball. I mean, he could, in theory, let this run around the table, but the problem is that 8 ball is more than likely going to come into play. It's at an awkward angle as to where the line this cue ball would run if you ran it 2 or 3 rails. Now, he's hoping to run in here, and that hasn't worked out. It was an awkward angle, the line coming and running around behind that 6 ball, because you always knew that somehow or other you were either going to run in towards it and hoping to get lucky, or you'd end up missing it and going back up the table and then being hooked by the 8. It was a sort of ugly setup there. So now he's having to kick and hope. And he hasn't got it. And Slim can get himself onto the board here with ball in hand. Well, I suppose, has anybody noticed whether Spectre Don signed up for the 9 ball yet? Because that's, of course, the next big question. That we have an upcoming 2024 Virtual 9 Ball World Championship. Should had Spectre Don getting to his first major final in the 10 Ball World Championships. And now he's got the game that he plays pretty much most of and all the time, 9 ball, and a chance to bounce right back from his run that he had in the 10 ball one and take it all the way in the 9 ball. He's got everything in his favour. I mean, it's a level playing field for all. There's no jump cues. And the rack is breaking much, much better for open racks and more opportunities to run out. But no sooner have I said that than he's overcut the 1 and I think got away with it. This is just to annoy VP Monster if he's still watching. Probably not. That's the wrong bloody thing. That's where we want to be. Right, so we've now got 42 seats left. Is that what, like 22 signed up? And Spectre Don is there. So we've got Albinario, Bedhead, Chiku, the 3 cushion world champion, has signed up. Cobra, Fast Eddie, Interchange X, Larry Little LS3, Mooncake, Bill, One Pocket Slim, Stub, Semi Pro, Sedgaresh, Shibo, Spectre Don, Spud Boy, Tommy, Vega Fortune, whoever that is, and Vertical Liquid. There's still loads of room. Loads of room to get in. And meanwhile, Spectre Dawn back at the table. And 4 ball to the 6 ball. Well, that's. I mean, if the cue ball was further towards us, this would be the Albinario cut, this 6 ball. Now, you've still got plenty of time to get in. 27th of March, 10 PM GMT. And nice little brush in the 7 there for Spectre Dawn. And he's going to have a 2-rack gap here in a minute. Now that was another thing. We'll give him this rack. I was going to have a look at the settings. The break box is on in the 9-ball World Championship, so you're going to see very much the same breaks like what Spectre Dawn's doing. He's breaking from the right, so the 9-ball's going to the left. See, the thing is, when you're breaking from the right and the 9-ball's going to the left, you're breaking from the left and the 9-ball's going to the right, it doesn't matter to me where they're going, because like where he finished there, he had no shot in the 1 ball. You know, all these other balls are all doing their own thing. Well, don't forget, Slim's around as well. There'll be plenty of matches I won't be able to get, and plenty of matches obviously played at unsuitable time zones for me. Just to avoid the 7. And he's just got there. I mean, the one thing I'll say is that when I've been testing it with the break box on, I've been predominantly breaking from the right side and breaking right at the top corner. But I've been breaking with much more of a cut. Now you see, One Pocket Slim just breaking straight from where the cue ball appeared there, didn't he? And look at the difference. He still come up dry with nothing. I don't know whether he does a great deal. Well, a quick 1-9 combo. And we're 3 apiece. And balls are dropping in. And no shot in the one. Now again, this is another touchy shot here. Just to get that through to a rail. Problem is though, this is an invitation. Although the one ball could have done would have been tighter to the rail for this to kick in. Where it's actually sitting doesn't exactly make it a better odds of it going in. There's still a strong chance it will, but he didn't pick the line at all. Well, that's going to brush off the 5. So Spectre gets his shot. He's going to have to. He's going to have to try and get out of there, is he not? Yeah, managed to draw back, avoid the 4. Well, whenever you're trying to combo a ball in a rail, if you actually push that first object ball onto the 9, if you push it and you're pushing it into the rail, it's always going to come straight out off the rail. It's only ever going to come off the rail the same angle it was when it went onto it. You've got to get them really flush. So Spectaton is going to nip back in front here. Well, that's ideally where you want the ball to be. That few balls gone. See where the 9 ball is right now? That 9 ball's perfect for a combo where it's sitting, because it's got, you've got a fair little margin of error in how much play you can get off the rail for that to go in. Like what Slim's going to do right now. I mean, this is just going to be a nice way, give it every chance to go in. So 4 apiece. Now that 9 ball there is in exactly the same spot. They're just the right distance off the rail and give you a good angle to hit that at. Not that that's going to happen in this rack, unless there's some sort of scratch. But it looks as if Slim's going to get himself in front here. I spotted I think it was a video on YouTube. It was somebody doing, games to be released in 2024. And it came up with this Korean train game where I think it's an 11.4 kilometer rail line in South Korea, probably the capital city, and that's all it is. It's just one single rail line, and they're wanting like 40 quid for it on Steam. I wonder how many suckers will pay that for a rail sim that's just got one little short commuter line that they're running a train on. I mean, visually, the images of the city and that looks nice, but I wouldn't pay that for a game that's just like one single bloody rail line. So Slim, with a 5-4 lead, and slight bit of a cutback, but I mean, he's got loads of room past that 9. Just got to stay in the gap between the 7 and the 8. Oh, he doesn't want to do that, though. He doesn't want to do that. He's let it get away. And all of a sudden, what looked like a gimme lead. Oh, he's recovered it well. Good recovery. I think Slim's got he's got other things in his mind here. He's trying to get this match over with so he can play the 9-ball high rollers in 15 minutes time. I think that's what he's getting ahead of himself here. Well, he's only 3 away, so he's still got a strong chance he could do it. And he's got a ball in the break, but he's not got a shot though. The 4 ball is gone. The 1 ball is going nowhere. Now, Spectre Dawn, is he going to give him it back? Or is he going to try and tuck this cue ball down behind the 8 ball? Well, he hasn't hit it enough to do that. That's really not good. I mean, okay, he hasn't left him a pot, but that cue ball's like 3 foot short of where it should have been. It should have been down there and in there. At least over here. But he's got nowhere near it. But he has given Slim a little head scratcher here. I mean, that might bank that 1 ball, believe it or not. That 1 ball might have banked with half a pocket. I think that 1 ball possibly could have banked there, but it was very tight. Meanwhile, Slim's safety has given Spectre Dawn most of the 1 ball, but not enough of it to do anything with it. Well, is he trying to... I don't know whether he can cut this across table. Well, he's gone for the jump. He was running out of time there. He had to rush it in the end. Oh, this is tight. I mean, he's got most of the pocket. 2/3 of it. And he's got it straight in. So it doesn't look as if Slim's going to get away. Spectre Dawn's going to stem the tide. Well, we'll give him the 8 and 9 here as long as he gets back far enough. We'll give him that. How many have we got now? So we've still got 42 open seats and plenty of time to get signed up. So Spectre Dawn back to within 1 with the break, and I don't think I heard anything go in. Oh, the 8 ball has gone. Never noticed that. Now, what does he do here? Does he play some sort of billiard off the 1 onto the 5 onto the 6? Go all out for the cut, but play it as a 2-in-1 shot. That might be the plan here. He might give himself 2 goes at this, cut the 1, and hopefully getting a bump or something onto that 6 ball. That could be what he's up to here. He's looking at the cutting angle in the 1, but it's the cue ball that we're more interested in here, because if he doesn't get the 1, we're looking to see if he gets a bump either way. Well, nothing worked out there. He got this 5 full in the face, and he's left Slim with a bit of a... I mean, you'd expect him to get this, and he's heading in the right direction to go on the 2. I don't think he's got any risk of scratching. But he's going to have to nip this in. Nip it and get a bit of dig. Now, high enough up the table for the 4 ball into the right side pocket seems the order of the day here. It needs to keep running. It needs to keep going. And that'll do. I'll just dig in and get out. That seems like a good plan. In and get out. So Slim is going to defend his lead and move 1 rack closer to taking out this week's final. 7-5. And cue ball's going south. That's a disaster. Oh, but look at where the 1 ball's gone. I mean, make the most of what you can out of this Spectre on now. This could be very interesting. He's trying to lock everything completely up here. I think Slim can get there. In fact, he didn't. What the hell was he trying there? So he's trying to lock everything up. He's given Slim ball in hand, and now, yeah, he can just get in the gap, or at least he think. Now, if you use what is it that you use, Larry, to get the cue ball on top of another ball when you get ball in hand? Is it the shift button? Now, what did he do there? Did he try the combo? When you've got ball in hand, you can do something with the keys to get the cue ball to go on top. Oh, it's the amp, is it? Aye, it's the amp. I knew there was a button you press to get the cue ball to sit on top of the object ball and try and fit it into a gap. Well, Slim has stuck Spectre Dawn into a hole. Now, I wouldn't expect he's going to have any problem hitting this. What he's really hoping is he pushes this through a gap and sticks there, but he's actually stuck everything there. The cue ball stuck there, the one stuck there, and a little dinky draw off this one ball. Slim will be on the 2, and the problem will be the 5 ball. But the 5 ball, I mean, again, as long as you get half decent on the board, there's no way you can't get on the 5. I mean, it's not even a problem when you think about it. And the high roller starts at 1/2 the hour, is that right? It must be. So Slim's going to have to get his skates on if he fancies getting in that. Oh, that's no good though. It might not be too bad where it's in the middle of nowhere again. But it is a cut into the corner. I don't believe you'd want to. There's no way you're cutting it into the side. It's way past the 50-yard line and the cue ball's going to scratch. I think he can cut it into the corner, and the best or the worst that will happen is he'll hit the point. He might not even hit the point. He might just go straight to the rail. Now I'm not sure what he's doing. But I think he can roll this in and still have a shot in the 5. Yeah, he's fine. That's worked out pretty good. He's got not the ideal angle in the 5. And he might just take his medicine here and push on to the 8 and cut this 6. Yeah, he needs to make sure he's clean though, which I think he is. Not hampered by the 8. So he can nip this in and nip across table, and at worst pump the 9. He's avoided that. So this match still in the balance. Well, now that he's breaking, that might all change. Slim might not get another sniff here. Although I think that's dry. Oh, and I think that 8 ball has just come in to hinder Slim here, but he's got to play the combo. I mean, where the cue ball's sitting, he's got pretty good odds of getting this combo in. Now, that 1 ball's going to go to the rail. The problem would be that unless he plays this with any kind of pace, he's going to be below the 1 ball. So he's trying to get the cue ball up into the table and at least give him some sort of chance. Now he can get really crazy. He can go for the cut on the 1. I would be putting a bit of left spin on it. He's trying to play the bank. Well, he's actually got the breakout, and then he's also got second prize. I would have went for a bit more of an elaborate shot there. I would have went for the cut on the side with, I think left would it be? I'm trying to imagine the shot again. Left English to send it around the corner and into those 2 balls. Now this 1 ball does cut. I mean, he's got the jump cue out. He can cut this. But the first priority was actually to hit it, but he's now left Slim with a chance here where I think if he plays this pocket weight, this is going to come off that side of the 6, and he could end up in trouble here if he gets this wrong. He could end up in a lot of trouble here with this shot. That's why he's digging in to avoid running into the 6, because if he'd brushed off that 6, he could have ended up behind the 5 and 9. Well, you saw how he was jacking up to make sure he avoided it, but I think if he'd played that without doing that, he would have ran into the 6, or he could have lightly brushed off it and scratched. But that's the little voice in my head talking to me. If that was me at the table, that's what was playing on in my head, is that 6 ball coming into play. Now 3 ball out into the table for the 4. 4 ball out in the table for the 5, but you want to have a decent angle in this 5. You want to be cutting this 5 in from outside, if you know what I mean, like that. Well, that's a bit straight. You want it to be sort of over here a bit more, just so that you can do more with the cue ball. I mean, he could leave it up there for the 6 on the side. And, well, he can consider himself a wee bit fortunate that he's ran full in the face into that 6, because that could have very quickly got ugly. But Slim is going to be on the hill, and he's going to be too late for his high rollers, because it's either going to tell a lie, commentator's curse. He's blown a gasket. I think he's taken his eye off the ball. I don't know whether that tournament's gone ahead or not. It's still saying needing players, but it's gone past the hour, past the half hour. But he has given Spectre Dawn a lifeline here, big time. And there you go. That's what you can't afford to do, is you make that one mistake. What did I do? I was talking about the high rollers tournament. Well, that's me just finished another 5-litre bottle of water. I'm down to my last one. I'm going to have to buy another set of 3. Well, that could be costly for one Pocket Slim, because now he's the one that's kicking. And of course, the table's wide open, and there we have a 2-9 ball sitting there for a combo. If Spectre Dawn gets ball in hand. Well, he won't have the ball in hand, but he will, if he takes his medicine here, have a 2-9 combo, because he can just pot the 1, check the cue ball up and come across for the 2-9 combo. And this rack's over, unless he wants to really try and get elaborate and get up the table top end. To me, all you want to do is cut this in and come across, and you're never going to miss that 2-9 combo. No, he's digging in, so he's heading up country. Bumps into the 9. And he's still pretty good, though. Now, has that boxing, is anybody paying attention to this Anthony Joshua thing? Because that's like 10:30. That can't be far up getting to the preliminary stuff. As soon as that's done, I'm going to find a stream. I'll post it in the lobby. Who is it he's fighting again? Because I've totally forgotten. Who is it he's fighting? Is it what was his name? So, he's the guy that was that Tyson Fury just beat, wasn't it? He was a former sort of cage boxer or whatever the hell you call him. Aye. He actually floored Tyson Fury though, didn't he? Aye, I've watched that. That's the first thing I'll do. As soon as this is finished, I'll go and see if I can find a decent live stream, but I'm bound to be able to find something. Meanwhile, Slim, good recovery there to get to the hill. Now, can he get it done this time? He blew it in the last rack. And Gnu I don't think Joshua is aggressive enough. I think he needs to be more aggressive. But this is like, to me, this is like, it's already past last chance saloon for Anthony Joshua, in my opinion. Probably 2 fights ago. So Slim at last gets to the hill. Yeah, killer instinct. Well, did he ever have it? I think that's questionable. Maybe against numpties, but now he's in the big league with the big boys. It's a whole different ball game. Don't forget, when he's an up and coming professional, all you get to fight is sort of numpties that they put in front of you. That you should always expect to be. You should be a better class fighter, but once you're in against the top pros, they're going to easily pick out your weaknesses in the fight game. One fight left before the main event. Well, if there's still a fight to go ahead right now, then this main bout won't be starting to at least quarter past, maybe another hour yet before it gets underway. Unless, I mean, this pre-match fight is only like 5 rounds or something, because it could go on for another half an hour. Then you've got the preliminary and the build up to the main fight. Another hour yet before the damn thing starts. You know how they drag these things out. And if it's in Saudi Arabia, I'd be very surprised if Michael Buffer's not been dragged over to do it. He'll be getting paid like $1 million or something or more to come over. Oh, that was almost a very good shot there by Slim. It's still a hindrance, been hampered over that 3 and 9, but that was almost cheekily very good there, trying to nip in behind that 3. If it's actually, where the hell has it been fought? Is it in Saudi Arabia, this fight? Same as the snooker? Because they're only 3 hours in front of us. It's in Riyadh. That's over that direction anyway, isn't it? So that's, what time is it? 10, 11, 12. It's like 1:30 in the morning over there. It's just gone 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Right, so one pocket Slim. He's got a shot to make his mind up on here. He's got the bank. He's going all out for it, and he hasn't got it. And Spectre Dawn gets another lifeline to try and take this match all the way. Well, the thing is, it might be a silly time for the locals, but most of the locals aren't really interested in boxing. It's only the big Arab sheikhs that want to show their face into stuff like that. Plus, the prices they'll be charging will be extortionate. Plus, it's all for box office. That's really doesn't matter what time of the morning that they're doing it. It's for prime time box office that they want it. I mean, the only reason the snooker was on at 1:30 in the morning over there was because it was on Discovery Plus. It was on Eurosport as well. I think that's a load of shit, that fight. That's a joke. Well, Spectre Dawn. 9 ball is off the rail, just. So he wants to get himself in as good a line as he can on this 9, as close to the rail as he can, and that's perfect. So we're going all the way. Big Bang Yang. Who's that? So here we are. Spectre Dawn wanting to regain his crown. Spectre Don is at the table. He's got the 6 ball in the side. Something went in the bottom right hand corner which I didn't catch. It was the 3 ball and the 6 and the 7 and the 9 are locked up, so that he's going to have to jump the 1 or jump to get to the 1. But there lies the problem up ahead. Now, once the 2 ball's out the way, whoever's at the table could get crazy in the 4 ball and hope they get lucky with still having a shot in the 5, because there's a good angle off that 4 to try and break out that 7 and 9. Well, he's gone far too far on the 4 ball to do that. So now it all hinges on how he ends up on the 5, provided he gets the 4. Now that, I think there's enough that he can work with here. I think he can stun that in and get to the rail and spin in. I think he can. He's going 3 rails. He's got the nudge. And he's come up good. And this match is over. So in goes the 8, little tuck down that rail with the 9, which is comfortably off the rail. So he's never going to miss this. So in it goes, and Spectre Don does regain the crown, and he also takes out Slim twice tonight, sent him to the 1-loss side, and beats him again in the final. So well done to Spectre Don, well done to Slim for getting that far. And so the only thing now is we've got the curious outcome of what's going to happen tomorrow at 5 PM for like week 8 or week 9 of the Winter League, the Winter 9-ball League, as to whether the Team Philippines are going to show up. We've also got, of course, the sign-ups well and truly open for the Virtual 9-ball World Championships. There's about 22 in already, still plenty of room. With that, I'll say thanks for joining, guys. Sorry about the reboot. Sorry I was late in showing up. But anyway, I hope you can join us tomorrow for some of the league night. Until we meet again, I'm going off to look and find a stream for this fight. I'll bid you good night and take care, and we'll see you again soon.